Welcome guys, I'm HOJ, and in today's video we're going to be doing another best of one standard event with my mono white token stack. Made a couple changes here since yesterday. Wanted to give you guys an update. For all of the links regarding the playlist for best of one standard events, the deck list, the win rate statistics, if you'd like to subscribe, it's all going to be in the description of the video, so feel free to check that out. And I just want to say a big thank you again to all of my members and all of my viewers. I really appreciate you guys. If you were not here, I could not do this. So thank you so much, and I appreciate you. All right, let's hop into the deck. So made a couple changes. I was playing a bunch of games earlier today and just decided that really needed to have good board wipes even earlier. So moved to put in a full play set of Day of Judgment. Notably, kind of went with this option over Ultima because Ultima will get rid of our Pinnacle Star Cages. It'll also get rid of our Enduring Innocence, which we want to keep around. So kind of settled on Day of Judgment, and I do want the full play set. There's enough mono green, Simic, Gruul, kind of cub decks out there that can really just turn on the gas. So you got to be ready for them. So that's one of the big changes. I have, between the Pinnacle Star Cage and the 4 Day of Judgments, I'm hoping this is kind of enough to sort of deal with that imminent threat. And then I decided to end up cutting out the Get Losts, partially because most of the enchantments that are kind of a problem are 2 mana or less in the aggressive decks. Pinnacle Star Cage can pick them up. Or excuse me, Pinnacle Star Cage cannot pick them up, but we've got Seam Rip to deal with them. And then, you know, I'm just sort of hoping that I can kind of fight through sort of some more of like the control matchups. If they have Caretaker's Talent or Enduring Innocence, we'll just sort of have to fight against it. Just because Parting Gust has been so amazing. This is really good at dealing with particularly problematic creatures like Tyvar in the mono green deck, like Enduring Curiosity in the Dimir matchup. It's also good at like opposing Enduring Innocence in like the mirror match, and it also deals with Ouroboros at instant speed. So yeah, what's not to like? In addition, the fact that you can use it to protect your own creature is particularly nice. And I found it to be very useful. So I'm just really high on Parting Gust for the moment and happy to have it in the deck. I kind of played around with the numbers for Authority of the Consuls and Seam Rip and kind of settled on 3 copies because I do want to have access to seeing it most games, but there were a couple games like, for instance, in the Jeskai control matchup, having like 3 of these sitting in my hand, and it was pretty useless. I ended up losing that game. So, you know, there's other matchups where Authority doesn't do a lot, although I do think that Authority is generally very useful, even in control matchups. Especially it's great against like the Azorius, or excuse me, the Jeskai Artifacts deck. Now, notably, removing the Ultimas makes that matchup a lot harder. I do think it's still winnable, but, you know, we're kind of giving up something to kind of get better at more of the aggro matchups, so who knows? It's sort of a work in progress. And then I really wanted 2 copies of Elspeth. I had gone down to a single copy, and I just realized that you really do want 2 copies. This card is just so phenomenal and can do so many things in this deck. And then 1 copy of Overlord of the Mistmoors. I'm kind of playing around with this. It's really nice on 4 because it can get both Caretaker's Talent and Enduring Innocence to just kind of really get going. So I do like it a lot, but I don't know right now kind of how many copies to be running. And then the 3 Kutzil's flankers have been absolutely amazing. This is incredible at shutting down Raise the Past decks, Reanimator decks, anything that has to do with the graveyard, buying some time against like mono red, and then also just the utility of protecting ourselves against like the Esper mill deck when they get half of our library and then try to finish us off with the River Churn. We can just target ourselves in response and get rid of our own graveyard and at least buy a little bit of time. So that part is kind of nice. I just think it's such a value card, and it helps us find other things. So 3 copies kind of feels right for now. For the mana, we have 27 land. I've played around with which lands to include, and I'm really happy with just like the number of lands. 27 is working really well, just to be able to hit lands on time. We're always able to use more mana. So we have 4 copies of Sunken Citadel to help with powering out the Fountainports, and also the Secluded Starforge. I did nudge Starforge up to 3, just because I want to be more proactive and make even more tokens. I did remove the non-basic land destruction. I can't remember the name of it. Whatever. It's you guys know what I'm talking about, I hope. At any rate, so I removed those to make room for more Starforges, and I'm just hoping this will work out. So far, it's been really nice. There were a couple games where I had like the non-basic land destruction, and it just sort of wasn't doing anything, and I was thinking if this was a Starforge, I could be doing something. So yeah, with 27 land, it's also easier to use these. And then 4 copies of Abandoned Air Temple, just to power out all of our tokens and make them into a real threat. That's the deck. We went, I think, 4-3 on the first sort of iteration of the deck, 3-3 on the iteration yesterday. If you want to look at those matches, they're fun, but we're going to see if we can try to trophy today. So let's go ahead and jump in. You guys have also had a lot of really great suggestions, so I really do appreciate the comments. Keep them coming. I love hearing your opinion, and I'm not the best player, so I will make mistakes, and hopefully you guys can see those, learn from them. If you see different lines of play, feel free to put it in. I appreciate all of it. All right, opening hand looks great. We've got mana. We have stuff to do early. Some of our engines. The other note I wanted to make is I do think, so I tried out, Carrot Cake, and it just felt kind of low value. I did try full play set and just ultimately ended up cutting them just because they just weren't doing enough. Caretaker's Talent, on the other hand, has been quite good, partially because we're now running the full set of Voice of Victory. So if you can get that on 2 and then play a Caretaker's Talent or Enduring Innocence, you're in a really good spot. Let's see, I guess if they have like the counter here, if they have No More Lies, just trying to decide which one of these I want to get countered. I guess I'll start with Talent and see if we can walk into the counter. Try to sniff out the counter here, okay. If we had like, a land that made a token, maybe we'd play this one first, I'm not sure. The life is relevant, so having access to that is nice. Now if we draw a land, we're going to try to go for Overlord and get an immediate card draw. So probably Jeskai here. The game sort of ends on turn 7, whether you're ready or not. So try to get as much in as we can. I think I want Innocence here. Probably do that. Unfortunately, we didn't hit the land drop. Although I suppose, trying to think if they have exile effects. I guess if it was 4 color, I might have gone with the Caretaker's Talent. Actually, I guess that doesn't really matter. They have Inevitable Defeat, which exiles. So, all right, another Caretaker's Talent. 27 land. Hope to hit soon. Okay, they're ready for us with No More Lies. Well, it is what it is. I guess I'll start leveling the talent here. I got these same seam rips just sort of sitting in the hand, not doing much, but they are really good in other matches, so. We have a little better than a 1 in 2 chance of drawing land.
Don't underestimate it just because. Thanks for helping Pop.
Okay, hit land. They're also tapped out, which is nice. So now we can go for the Overlord play. Might be a little bit too little too late, but I guess we'll find out. We do get to refill here, which is pretty good. Although Ral, I guess, makes creatures, draws cards. Oh, wow.
Well, gotta work with what's available. Otter to otter, I need some help.
All right, so he's trying to hit 10 so we can get Storm and do all kinds of fun stuff here. We can start hopefully making tokens here soon. All right, voice is nice. I think let's voice and then clear out the blocker since we have these kind of useless seam rips just hanging out. He might be able to ultimate Ral.
It's time to embrace the local culture. I have a plan. It's time to embrace the local culture.
Yeah, Ral's pretty good in their deck for sure. So now they get to... Oh my god, this is... I've never seen him ultimated before. It's kind of a beating. Okay. Wow. I guess we go for Elspeth. Yeah, Ral on... wow. Have not seen this card ultimated before.
Another genius idea by Raoul Zarek.
Well, at least their deck, I don't think, runs the Spirit Revival, draw 7, and reshuffle their whole deck.
Aha! A solution!
Hope is never lost.
Together we can shift the current.
Okay, so how do we want to do this? I guess let's seam rip the blocker. Yeah, unfortunately, so how do we want to do this? We can make our guys 3/3s. It's probably one of the best moves, and then maybe use some of these map tokens. So I guess let's do that. Do we want flanker? I think this deck actually, I've seen like the mill cards equal to your life total in their deck, so it's possible we want access to a flanker. I guess we'll leave it on top. Yeah, I think they run like maybe like a single copy against other control matchups. So I don't think they run River Churn. That's usually just in like Esper Mill.
I've calculated exactly what I need. Daughter, I need some help.
All right, I think we probably just day. We're not going to get through that, so let's do that. If they try to counter the first one, we can do another one.
Together.
Okay, and they do have Spirit Water Revival. Oh. We weren't ready for the flanker, so we couldn't get rid of their graveyard. I really hate that card. It's very, very good, but yeah, not my favorite. All right, so we have, how much mana do we have? We have 3, 5, 8 mana. I guess 9 for pumping purposes. We want to do probably Innocence. And then I think probably just make a Starforge token. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can do that. And then I guess let's start cracking some of these tokens. And let's pass at this point here. Yeah, Spirit Water Revival is a really tough thing to overcome in the control matchup, so I don't know like what the answer is to deal with that.
I have a plan.
Okay, let's make a token in response.
I've calculated exactly what I need.
Kind of curious if they can, like, I guess they could double emblem. Oh my god. It's pretty ridiculous.
Another genius idea by Ron. Oh yeah, plans coming together.
That's an impressive number of lightning helixes. Wow. Okay, and that's gonna do it.
A solution.
Okay, that was a brutal beating. 0-1. I've never seen Ral kind of do so much work. That was impressive. Hopefully we can do a little better in the next one. But yeah, Jeskai, 4-color control, Azorius control, anything that's able to cast Spirit Water Revival. My only real answer right now is to exile their graveyard in response, but I still get 7 cards, which is pretty busted. I don't really know how to fight it in mono white control. Hand is fine. We've got a little bit of removal, a little bit of stuff. Can make tokens. Looks like mono green Landfall. Alright, well their shields are down. We're definitely going to Parting Gust that, get rid of it. Enduring Innocence is a really good value play, but I think we just need to respect the Tifa here and just kill it ASAP. Are they out of gas? Kind of curious what else they've got coming. This deck has like a lot of immediate threats that just have to be killed instantly. Like Tifa, the Hydra that grows, the Ice Till Explorer, all kinds of fun stuff. Now we can go for our Innocence play and start getting some card draw. They definitely are not casting spells with our Voice of Victory in play, so I guess they're just chumping. Looks like they've got Pump in hand. And if they wanted to block, that leads me to think it's not Snakeskin Veil, but probably Overprotect. Sure. Just very happy that they don't have any scary creature in play to get huge. Although they have some really nice setup. Okay. So I guess let's just go for voice maybe into flanker and holding up Parting Gust. We could also... I guess we'll see what we draw. Happy to trade here. We just want to gain the life. And kind of clear the way. So we know they've got Overprotect. Try to do this like end of turn, perhaps. Actually, we'll do it on our turn when they can't cast spells, so we'll just wait. And then probably flanker this turn. Thankfully, it does not have haste. Okay, and now we can Parting Gust in response, bounce our guy, fizzle the spell. That's why I love Parting Gust. It's gives a lot of utility. Ooh, Elspeth is a really nice draw, actually. So I think now we just play Elspeth and use Elspeth to kill the Bristly Bill. And then get in for some card draw. Oh, never mind. Okay, we can't actually kill it because it's not mana value 3 or greater. Guess let's make some tokens.
Join the fight.
All right, now it doesn't have trample, but it looks like, I think if we know he has Overprotect in hand, then he can get to trample. But I think his plan is to go for Hydra here, so we'll probably just attack in and then board wipe. I was going to say we could also on upkeep use Flanker to see if we can find like an answer for Hydra. But Hydra I believe we can kill with Elspeth. So we can do that, make some more chumps for Bristly Bill. Let's get a Fountainport out there and hold back with the soldier and then just get in with voice. We can try to set up for win next turn. We do make all these extra tokens, which is kind of cool, thanks to Elspeth. There's the Parting Gust. And let's just do that now while they can't respond, in case they have some kind of nonsense. And then we can do this next turn. Okay, there's another Hydra. Yeah, that's gonna do it. All right, 1-1. Quick break. Opening hand looks pretty good. Got mana. Got to play on 2, board wipe, a couple token generators. We're on the play. Hopefully we can hit land number 4. Either land number 4 or maybe one of our 8. Ooh, Seam Rip is pretty nasty there. Could be blue-white control. They usually run like some number of Seam Rip, I guess. Okay, Jeskai, 4 color, something like that. I think we go for it. They certainly could have like 3 steps. They could have No More Lies, but I think it's worth going for. Otherwise, we could play the Citadel and just sit. They kind of win the long game if we don't do anything, so we want to try to be proactive. Because Jeskai Rev is super powerful. So it looks like they have maybe 3 steps, but weren't sure if they wanted to use it there. Yeah, they had the 3 steps, they just wanted to, I guess they must be stuck on land or something. Often if you can force a 3-step where they can't get up to 5 mana and get like the draw discard plus countering, if you can do it when they're stuck on 3 or 4, it's usually worth it, I think. All right. They could have potentially another 3 steps. They could have another counter. I think it's worth going for Elspeth here, just trying to go big. Could also just use Abandoned Air Temple to sort of pump and push, but I think this is a nice play. Again, we want to be proactive against them. I suppose we could have attacked first. That actually probably would have been better. The other possibility, though, is that we could just go for putting +1/+1 counters as another option, in case they've got like a board wipe on their turn. I think I'm just going to make tokens, though.
More heroes for the cause.
So if they have split up, they don't get all our creatures. So now they can use Wan Shi Tong plus Lightning Helix to get rid of Elspeth. I assume that's their play. Get Lost works also.
Dark days lie ahead.
So let's just go for Sunken Citadel. We can still threaten with the insect because we can pump if they decide to block. And then, yeah, like do other stuff afterwards. Could also Parting Gust their guy. I don't think we need to necessarily. So maybe they just want to use Helix after we like pump. That's fine. We still get to pump our tokens. Guess we could use a map token here. I kind of just want to get the Citadel going though. They're one turn away from Jeskai Rev. Probably want to wait till our Overlord's on the table before casting Ultima. How do we want to do this? Could play Talent. I think we just push and threaten, and then after that we can Talent. Could also use some of these here, but I think I want to just... happy with trading. All right, let's get Talent. I think we want to maybe tap one of the Fountainports, have access to double white if we need it. If they kill the token, we can copy one of these map tokens in response. Or we can make another token in response. Actually, I guess we target it first. Talent is nice. Trying to decide, maybe we should get through these map tokens if they're gonna like Ultima anyways. Otherwise, we could do another Caretaker's Talent here. Yeah, I think we're just going to try pumping a little bit. Don't need the day. Voice is nice, though. So if they Jeskai Rev, they can hit us for 4, 8, 11. Or I guess they will still have a blocker though, so they can't completely get us. Okay, they're just wiping the board. That's fine. Or actually, I guess we'll block. Yeah, I suppose we'll block like this. So I assume we see like Day of Judgment or maybe Jeskai Rev here. Maybe they wait until our turn. We can force it by playing Voice. I think we do. This way, if they don't respond here, then they won't be able to cast it. Okay, there it is. Hitting us for 4. We can Parting Gust our Mistmoors. I kind of like that. And that'll make sure we have blockers for next turn. And do we want to go to 6? Going to 6 is a little dangerous. Could just play another talent. Let's just play another talent. If they have another Jeskai Rev, or if they have like Helix, they can get us here, so we gotta push. The nice thing is we can pump mid-combat, so that's pretty good. All right. Happy to trade these. So which is it, Ultima or Day of Judgment? I don't love going to 6, but I think I suppose we could create a treasure token actually. That'll still, yeah, we probably just create a treasure token here. I guess though we can't start buffing it. So let's Seam Rip instead. Do they want to counter this one? Okay, I guess they do. Oh, just doing just for the card draw. That makes sense. All right, let's make a treasure token. Now we've got Parting Gust up for our voice. We can also copy the token if we want. I think we just pass here. Oh, that's great. We'll have extra mana. Thank you. And now we can make another treasure token without going down to 6. Yeah, these control mirrors do go a little long though. Sure. We can Parting Gust it. Let's Parting Gust it. Then I think we just want to maybe sacrifice a token to draw some more cards. Okay, now we've got Elspeth on the scene. Elspeth is fantastic. Let's do that.
I will turn the tide. Bring arms.
Okay, and then we can pump our guys mid-combat. We can also we could just pump the tokens here. Actually, this will be nice because our tokens are going to be attacking, so let's just up the level on our tokens. Although, actually, we want to draw more cards next turn. I guess we just hit him for this. We'll just hit him. Wow, actually, that would have been a lot of damage. That would have been 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, well, we can kill him next turn. Hopefully we survive to next turn, and let's end it. Draw some more cards on their turn. We'll need Jeskai Rev plus Helix. Okay, Ultima. Let's draw some cards. All right, let's play another voice. And we can get another talent going. Well, it's kind of overkill at this point. 29 cards left. Yeah, we can get another talent going. Actually, let's just... I think I want to use our mana to like buff our team. I think we don't need it.
I welcome all allies.
Okay, we've got lots of options here. And then I think let's maybe copy a token. Let's get some more. Could play Enduring Innocence, but I think we're good on card advantage. Now we just want to make some more creatures on their turn and then buff everything up, and yeah. Okay, discard a couple cards here. Trying to set up for a kill this turn, hopefully. And we've got like flanker backup in case they've got nonsense. Split up is good. Get lost on the Elspeth. Okay. Let's make some tokens while we can. They're out of cards, so I think we're okay at 7, paying some life. And then I think we have enough mana to double pump here. We have tons of mana, so we should be okay. Alright, can level 3 this one. And that should be enough here with the other level 3. Because then they'll all be 5/5s and that'll work. And see if our opponent is going to stick around, or if we're looking at Assault Rope. Looks like it might be Assault. Okay, yep. All right, and that'll do it. All right, 2-1. Yeah, opening hand looks interesting. We need another white mana. I think we can hopefully get there. This hand is a little slow though. We don't have a board wipe on 4. Like I want to keep it, but I don't know if we should. Like if we're up against like fast aggro, this might just be too slow. I think I'm going to mulligan here just because it's an unknown opponent. This is a little bit a better reactive hand. I think we can throw back a Plains. All right, it was control, but it could have been aggro. Oof, could be another Jeskai control mirror. Good lord. Voice on 2 is nice though. Now if we draw one of our eight goodies, we can hopefully draw some cards, although they draw more cards than we do. No such luck. We've got Parting Gust protection, so I guess there's that. But yeah, these seam rips are a little underwhelming. Ooh, 4-color control, okay. No thank you. I think we'll keep our guy around. Okay, no more land, but we do have another Parting Gust. And I guess this is a decent clock. Problem is, if they get to Jeskai Rev mana, we're sort of in trouble if we don't have anything else to do. Yeah, 27 land, I don't know where they are. Probably counter it this time, but we got to go for it. Looks like he's got no more lies. Well, it's a start. Ooh, cursed recording is really good. Let's make a treasure token here so we can play Elspeth. Hopefully it doesn't get countered. First recording. Oh my god, this is gonna be a little silly. All right. I think we just need to make more tokens here, and then try to set up for. Actually, I guess since we have active priority, I think we make tokens. Like, we could make these 3/3s with, like, Elspeth plus Pump. It's not enough.
More heroes for the cause.
I think we're just going to peck at him and then just do end of turn nonsense. Yep, I was afraid of that. Triple Lightning Helix. So they can kill us if they have another round next turn. I think while they're tapped out, let's flanker so we can gain some life. This this puts us to 19, so we can live through one more turn of this, assuming they don't have any other spells. Okay, here it comes. Let's see. I don't think we want to pay a life, but we could maybe make a treasure token. No, we can't. Yeah, I think we let that go.
Even in this darkness, light will shine.
Okay, and they had it anyways. All right. Cursed recording for the win. Yeah, it's tough beat. I don't know. Maybe we're supposed to put like Ultima back in or something like that, but it is a very difficult card to beat. Okay, looks like our opponent mulled down to 5. Agna Kella, though, is a great land. It's really good. We have a little bit of a slow draw here, but it looks like another control matchup. Could go for Sunken Temple. We could also do that on 4 and try to get Caretaker's talent happening. I kind of like that. They could have a counter here, but I think we just go for it. If it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. Sure. Yeah, I think we just do it again. Set up for Elspeth. Alright, let's try to land an Elspeth. Maybe they don't counter it. They probably counter it. Down to 1 card, 2 cards. Is their last card a counter? Apparently it is. Alright, the mono counter hand. So I think we just probably set up for flanker or potentially making a robot end of turn. Can we do both? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, not quite. Alright, we've got enough lands. Let's find some more action. Guess we can pump. Parting Gust that. For a little bit more value. Okay, don't need Day of Judgment, but Enduring Innocence looks good. All right, let's make a robot. We could play Enduring Innocence. We could push to see what they do. I think let's just push. And let's play Enduring Innocence. So are they going to board wipe here? Ooh, Ultima is nasty. Let's Parting Gust our Innocence. It's going to come back at the end of our turn because this turn is over. Sure. Oh, that's fine. They have an Elspeth of their own.
The real battle begins. On ranks grow.
Let's make a robot. All right, let's play another Enduring Innocence. Flanker is good. How much mana do we have here? We want to be able to make a robot on their turn, so 2, 3, 4, 5, so we can spend one of these. Caretaker's Talent is pretty good. Threaten the Elspeth. All right, more value. Ooh, Fountainport is pretty good too. We're gonna make a bunch of dudes.
Join the fight.
Actually, this is nice. Well, I guess we could just block with a robot, but what we could do is we could block with Innocence, get it in the yard. Actually, never mind. I was thinking Pinnacle would hit it, but it doesn't. Never mind. Yeah, okay, let's just make a robot. They could also board wipe, I guess, this turn. Maybe they're trying to bait it out. All right, so now Caretaker's Talent start pumping. Can we kill Elspeth? They could have 4 blockers, so no. So I guess we just got to start working on Caretaker's Talent. think I didn't play the other one first because I want to be able to make a token on their turn. Could make them 4/4s. Want to have the flexibility of making stuff on their turn though. So I think we just push. Let's see, how much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we could use the map token here. Could also just push face. Because if they don't block, we push 4, 7. Yeah, we threatening lethal here. So we can force them to block. Oh, never mind. Guess we don't have full lethal. So I guess we force the Elspeth. Appa. Save the Elspeth, that's pretty good. It's a pretty nice heads-up play. I think now we're drawing more cards than they are, but they have a bigger board presence. Question is now, do we want to make a robot or pump? I think we still want to make a robot. Draw some more cards. Sure. Caretaker's talent. I guess let's start with voice, so they can't cast anything. I like authority also. I think we just want to pump here though. Let's see, I'm gonna tap that. Let's make a token. I think we're drawing enough cards here, which is crazy to say, but we could play another Endurance. We just want to use our mana slightly differently. Okay, and now can level 3. Play authority, just so there's no surprises. And now we can push. Yeah, authority is really nice here. So no more blockers. I guess they can board wipe, but outside of that. We're down to 26 cards. Okay, there goes a lot of guys. I assume they're going for tapped creatures. And unless they deal with voice, we're still threatening quite a bit here. So now we can use Star Cage to clear the blockers, so they'll only have Appa, and then we can use one of our abandoned air temples to pump mid-combat. Elspeth won't be able to help them. That's bold. It's not going to work, but it's bold. That should do it unless they've got something else here. Although, actually, never mind. Pinnacle gets our Voice of Victory. Forgot about that. Yeah. Keep thinking it would survive it. They only have 2 blockers, though. So the tokens it creates are going to be 3 3s. We can make them 4 4s, so it's still enough, I believe. I think we've got it. We also have 10 mana, 11 mana, 12 mana. So we can double pump. There's a lot of different ways. We can also use Caretaker's talent and then level it all the way up, and that works too. We even had a seam rip. It's not going to matter. All right. Super long one, but we pulled it out. 3 and 2. Oh man. These games are so much longer than aggro. Holy God. All right, opening hand looks good. We've got some mass removal, some land, a little bit of value. That was a good one, unfortunately. Okay, we want to try to find one of our flankers. This looks like maybe like a reanimator deck of some kind. Or just like a black value deck. But I think with this, we're expecting reanimation. So let's seam rip that right now. I guess let's lose a day. I don't know how important Parting Gust is going to be here. I think we want to keep playing land though. This is going to be quite good against us. All right. I think we probably lose the Day of Judgment and save the Parting Gust. Can protect our own creatures. All right, so these start hitting us if we have one or fewer cards. I think we do want 5 land. Maybe we were supposed to hold. I guess they can level both of them. Alright, let's do this in response. Neither of those are particularly useful. Or I guess we should have done that after the... We should have scryed after this. We should have floated the mana. So, mistimed it there. Could Parting Gust and do it again, but we want to keep... We're going to take a little bit of damage here, so we want to stay with cards in hand. Although, it's pretty hard to turn this down. Okay, I gotta start holding cards in hand. I think we just start pushing. Caretaker's talent is pretty good. I think we just want to level this thing up as quickly as possible, so we're not super worried about waiting. I think we can go down to, let's stay at 3. We're at 14. We don't need to play the extra land. Whew, Ujin is a good one. It's not going to be enough, but it's pretty good. All right, got there. Whew. Yeah, those abandoned air temples are just fantastic. 4 and 2. Quick break. Let's see what we're up against. Okay, opening hand looks good. We've got a little bit of value, some removal. Another black deck. I think we just want to get rid of that right away. I guess they don't have counters, so we can do it on their turn, but I think we do want to deal with that very quickly. I don't think they can sacrifice it in response, but I could be wrong. They're going for the win. Can't blame them for trying. We could day. Parting Gust is really good. Day is okay against him. Like Parting Gust is great against those slashers. Maybe we go for the talent here. Try to take a turn off. I guess it depends on like what if they play another bloodletter, they hit us for 8, but then we can day. I think I'm gonna go for the Caretaker's talent. Don't know if it's right. And then I think I'm just gonna level it up here to kind of speed up the process. Annex is very good. Is this thing a demon? Oh god, it is. Alright, it's pretty good. So now we have to deal with their bloodletter. And we don't quite have enough mana for Starforge in addition, so I think we just yeah, I guess we just sit here. Phoenix number 2. Yeah, I wonder if we were supposed to just kill the Bloodletter at the very second they hit play, because they did hit us for quite a bit there. Do we want to save Seamrip? I'm trying to think what else they have in their deck. Probably okay waiting on it. So I guess we just Starforge on their turn. Enduring Innocence is nice. Problem is they can do that again next turn. We can seam rip the token. But these annexes are definitely trouble. I suppose this is the one card where we do want to have access to cards like Get Lost. So Parting Gust I really have liked quite a bit, but I think, yeah, having access to Get Lost is pretty good. If we go for Innocence, we don't have enough to activate Starforge. Can pump tokens. I think we need to seam rip here. Definitely want to get Innocence going for lifelink. And I guess that's it. I think I'm going to hold this back just in case they deal with our blocker. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Ooh, Bloodletter. Ooh, okay. Do we survive through this turn? Nope. Alright, well that's where the fun ends. Ended up going 4-3, so I do like this deck. I think it's a lot of fun. I'm sure I could pilot it better, but I ended up getting 300 gems in a pack. Let's take a look. And let's take a look at the stats. All right, so overall in events, best of one standard events, this deck is currently 55% win rate, 70% on the play, 40% on the draw, 11 wins and 9 losses. So the most recent version here just went 4-3. 57% win rate, 67% on the play, and 50% on the draw. Previous version before that, I believe, was 3-3 and then 4-3. So, yeah, I think it's doing okay. Looking at the deck, potential changes or things that are working. I think, yeah, so like decks like mono black there make me think we should have some more interaction with enchantments. So possibly making room for Get Lost. I'm not sure what to cut exactly. I really like, yeah, I think the flankers, I definitely like, and I want to keep them. Same with the Authority and Seam Rip. They both seem really important. Parting Gust has been amazing, so I like keeping this in. The voice engine with Caretaker's Talent and Enduring Innocence is great. I want to keep all of that. I ended up having to go up to 4 Day of Judgment just because of all the Simic aggro, mono green aggro, and Gruul aggro on ladder. Maybe you see less of it in events, so this is maybe better for ladder. Elspeth is always amazing. I don't think I'm cutting any Elspeth. And I guess I haven't seen the Overlord, how it performs too much. I think it's a very strong card, so I don't really know what to cut to make room for it. The mana has been pretty good. I think 27 still feels good. It's, you know, I don't think I've ever felt like I needed to have land destruction over the Starforge, so I like having the extra Starforges. I think they are quite good. And this Pinnacle Star Cage has been okay. I could see maybe potentially, you know, changing that out for like a Get Lost. Maybe shifting something here. Yeah, but that's it. You know, I like how the deck's working. And thanks again for watching, guys. Really appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next one.